Hello, Snakes. My name is Dante, and today it is Podcast Tuesday once again, and it's the Christmas podcast. But, um, but it's but I'm on holidays in sorry in Japan, so this is a recorded podcast. Now, uh, now for this podcast, we're going to review all of the yetis from Magic the Gathering, all 14 yetis from worst to best. So yeah, we got 14 yetis, and we're just gonna go and review them. We got the combo, of course, that we're gonna do, the non-bow as well, and then 14 cards. So, all right, let's go to our combo, and it is. So yeah, this is an infinite combo that can be done with, well, you need 3 cards, so you need at least the blue or, well, one extra color. You need 4 colors for this combo to work. But with Bloom Tender and Witherbloom Bloom and Plant by itself, that's already 2 colors. With a third color, that will be an infinite drain and infinite copies. But but also you could use with a 4th color, if you have like white or red, then that's also infinite mana. But this is basically infinite drain combo by doing infinite copies by chain stasis on the Bloom Tender, and then just repeatedly chain stasis, paying free mana by the effect of the chain stasis. And by copying instant sorcery, you drain the opponent for 1 life. Now it's time for the non-bow, and it is non-bow. It's time for the non-bow, Elvish Pathcutter, and Eladamli, Lord of Leaves. Elvish Pathcutter being a 4-mana 1/2 elf that allows you to give an elf forest walk for 3 mana until a turn. But Eladamli gives your other elves Shroud. All other elves, not just your own, Shroud. Now, the issue with Shroud is that you cannot target it yourself, not even just. So, yeah. So, Shroud works both ways. But, Hexproof is better because you can still target it. Now, this is an issue. This will protect your elves, gives them Shroud, but you cannot target them with Elvish Pathcutter or anything that just, well, targets elves. Well, we got a Christmas themed non-bow over there because that's with elves, but now it's time to go into the worst Yeti in all of Magic the Gathering, and we got
RenderForest.com.
Summit Prowler, a 4-mana 4/3 Yeti. That's it. Yes, not even joking. This is literally what the card does. It's just a Yeti, vanilla Yeti, really bad one, introduced in Cans of Tarkir, and then reprinted again in Dragons of Tarkir. Kind of like one of the original Colossal Dreadmores or something. But yeah, if we just go to Summit Prowler, that's just it. Cans of Tarkir, then reprinted again in Dragons of Tarkir, and finally in Mystery Booster. Yeah, they put in a Mystery Booster set. Why? Don't know which one was it, but yeah, they put it. They literally, and they put the Dragons of Tarkir version in Mystery Boosters, not the Cans of Tarkir version, but still, basically the worst Yeti. in all of Magic the Gathering. Makes sense. Yeah. Let's go to our number 11. No, number 13. My bad. And it is 13 there. We got Crag Smasher Yeti. A 6 mana 4/2 Yeti with Mountain Cycling for 2 mana. Backup for 2. And Trample. Backup in case if you don't remember. It allows you to put 2+1 counters on any creature when it enters battlefield. And if you put it on someone else, then the creature gains Trample until third. Well, Trample in this case because that's the following ability. But sometimes it could be something else, like, haste, or if it deals combat damage, draw a card or something, That's like basically what you can do with backup. Really cool mechanic, and introduced in Martial Machine. Still hasn't returned, but we might see it come back sometime soon. I don't know when will it come back, but yeah, it should be able to come back in the future. Well, it's time for number 12. And it is Shambling Strider. This is actually Yeti, not Strider for some reason. 6 mana 5/5 Strider. Well, not Strider. Yeti, but with 2 mana +1 -1 turn. So this is basically one of those Flowstone cards or something. But if we just, I don't know what happened if we go Yeti. Wait, I forgot what are those creature types. And also what set this is from, but yeah, it was like, yeah, it's just a Yeti, nothing else. First introduced in Ice Age, then reprinted in the Beatdown Bot set, and then finally then reprinted again in Masters Edition. That's just it. Nothing else. Still, not really a good card. It's like a bad version of Fire Breathing. And yeah. Plus, it's for 6 mana 5/5. So yeah, at best it's gonna be like what 9/1, but still increasing the power will also decrease the toughness, so it's gonna be easier to kill. But yeah, that's basically our number 12. Now it's time for number 11, and it is we got Frostpeak Yeti, a 4 mana 3/3 Snow Yeti with 1 and 1 Snow mana, cannot be blocked this turn. In case if you forgot what Snow mana is, you can just pay 1 mana from a Snow source. Well, last time it came back was in the Jumpstart set from, well, OG Jumpstart, but I don't know if this was printed before or not, but yeah, Call Time actually, I forgot. I did not remember that card, but yeah, it was in Call Time, reprinted it in Jumpstart of last year. Not bad, but still not a really good card either. But yeah, you want to play it in a Snow deck or in a Yeti deck, it's not that bad. Just there's a good Yeti tribal commander you could try. But let's just go to our number 9. And it is... Wait, hang on. That was our 14, 13. That was number 11. Now it's time for number 10. And it is... Hungering Yeti. A 5 mana 4/4 Yeti with, as long as you control green or blue permanent, you can flash it in. That's just it. It's just 5 mana 4/4 with pseudo flash, but nothing else. It's just, at least it's better than the other Yetis that I've shown before, but honestly, not a good card. You could try. You could do better for that. Gotta be honest here, but not a bad Yeti. That's basically our number 10. Nothing else to talk here, but let's just go to our number 9. And it is. We got Mountain Yeti. A 4-man free Yeti with Mountain Walk and Pro White. Not a bad card. First of all, it's unblockable if the opponent has a mountain. But if the opponent doesn't have a mountain, by default, white creatures can't block it. And then also, it's just immune to the color white in general. So, you can. It's just white cannot deal damage to it, cannot target it. Well, you cannot enchant it with white things either, but that works both ways. And yeah, it's just really good. I mean, not bad, and I think that's a common. So Mountain Yeti is actually a decent card. I mean, you could play it in a commander deck. No, uncommon in Legends, but it got reprinted as a common in Chronicles, which was a whiteboard version of the Legends card, but it was a common, and then reprinted in Chronicles 4 in black bordered, which is basically the Legends one, but well, and Masters Edition as a common, but still, so it was uncommon and then just downgraded to common. I mean, as an uncommon, that wouldn't have been that bad at all, but still, just not for competitive play. Still an interesting card nonetheless, and it's just good, Just, yeah, let's just go to our number 8. And it is. We got Karplusen Yeti, a 5-mana free Yeti with tap, fight a creature. Basically that. Yeah. Well, it's phrased differently and it still hasn't been errated for whatever reason. I don't know why, but it's basically that. That's basically what the card does. It just, well, it makes them fight. So yeah. Really good card. And now it's time for number 7. And it is. Wait, number 7? There. Stalking Yeti. It is a 4-mana free Snow Yeti with, when it ETBs, if it's in the battlefield, it basically fights a creature. And for 3 mana, or 2 in the snow, bounce it. Or only at sorcery speed. So, yeah. This is just a Yeti that can just, well, ETB, fight some creatures, and then just come back. Fight a creature, come back. Bounce, return. So yeah, it's just a removal, in a sense. And if it stays on, if you kill a smaller creature with it, you can just bounce it, recast it, and do it again. That's basically the card. Not bad, but, I mean, we still got better ones coming up. I mean, Yetis in general aren't that good of a creature type, but, well, but I mean, it's interesting. There's 14 of them. It's Christmas. I mean, or almost Christmas, but still, let's just go in to our number 6. There's number 6, right? Yeah. Wait. Wait. One. Yeah, time for number 6. And it is Drownotch, a 5 mana free mutant yeti. Yes, apparently that exists. When it becomes blocked, you may draw 2 cards. So 5 mana free, practically like unblockable. I mean, if you gotta block it, then it's for urgent reasons. You got what, kill it, or you're gonna die. And when that happens, you just draw 2 cards. So it's a 5 mana free that you deal a bit of damage with it, and eventually you will draw 2 cards, because unless if your opponent kills it. And if your opponent kills it, then they have used up a card, so you're still gaining card advantage. By the way, it will replace itself on its own just by default, because either the opponent's gonna try and use removal to kill it, or if it gets blocked, you're getting 2 cards from it. So that's card advantage. So by default, it replaces itself, and otherwise, you gain card advantage from it. It's just really cool. I mean, not a bad card. Actually, could have some utility in a card draw deck for commander. But I mean, none of these for competitive play, by the way. Just all of this is just for commander fun. And well, heck, the number 1 in this podcast is from Jumpstart 2022. So it's not even legal in any format other than Legacy, Vintage, or Commander. So it's time for number 5. Karplusan Strider, a 4 mana free 4 Yeti with Shroud from black or blue. Actually has a bit of utility in modern. I've seen it before actually, but it's not. But it was a long time ago, and just once, like maybe a small period in the meta, Karplusan Strider was used in green sideboard. But honestly, I don't get it. But still, seems good, and actually has a bit of utility in it. Well, time for number 4. And it is we got Ohran Yeti, a 4 mana free Yeti, 2 in snow. Target snow creature gains first strike on turn of turn. Not bad. Seems like a useful card if you want to build a snow deck in Commander, because it just gives your snow creatures first strike. But still, honestly, I don't know if it's worth it. But still, at least they tried. Really cool card, and also, the art of the background in this podcast. So why not put it there? Just yeah. Ohran Yeti, number 4. Now it's time for number 3, and it is Wittigo, a 6 mana 0/0 Yeti. Yeah. And ETB puts this plus one counters on it. And during your upkeep, if it was blocked last turn, then since your last upkeep, so it just checks every upkeep, then it grows 1. Otherwise, it removes 1. And well, if it has no +1 counters on it, this effect is ignored. But chances are this will be dead by this happens, and maybe that got eroded. I'm not entirely sure. Let me just check. Did this get eroded? Wheatigo. All right. Oh, there's shape of the Wheatigo, but I don't know Wheatigo. Oh, Ice Age. That's just it. Rare and reprinted in Master's Edition too. Hasn't been it's been a long time since we've seen this, but actually hasn't been. It's not in the reserve list, so this could come back. Oh yeah, they eroded it. Yeah, they removed that part of ignore this if ignore this if it has no counters on it. But still, it's a sits for 6 mana that will grow or get smaller depending on if it gets blocked or if it blocks. So yeah, not bad. Kind of unstable, but I mean, Yetis in general, as what we've seen from this podcast, they're not really that good creature types. I mean, there's 14 of them, and I mean, and and not many of them are that good. I mean, the best ones out of them are just still not that good. Let's go to our number 2. This one's actually a good one, and it is.
renderforce.com.
Sylvan Yeti. A 4 mana, adds 4 with the power being the number of cards in your hand. You're playing those green decks that just draw a bunch of cards. It's just really good. And is like, I think it was Tishana one of them. I forgot the name. Yeah, I think it was Tishana. I mean, there's a bunch of green commanders that can draw you a bunch of cards. So yeah, Tishana is one example. And it's just very good. Very good card in green, especially. And also, if you have small cards in hand, it still has the 4 toughness. So it depends if this is like. So even if you have a lot of cards or a small number of cards, it'll still be 4 toughness. So it's not like the. It's not like the what um the other cards that power and toughness are equal to the number of cards in your hand. So yeah, let's go to the number 1, and it is. There's their number 1, Isu the Abominable, a 5 mana 5/5 legendary snow yeti, and you can look at the top card of the library. You may play snows from the deck, and whenever another snow permanent ETBs, you may pay a green, white, or blue, and it puts a plus on the counter on Isu the Abominable. So you can play a Bant Snow deck with Isu as your commander. Finally, a Yeti that is actually decent. So, to be honest, none of these cards are that good. I mean, this podcast is just, well, it was done to celebrate Christmas. And sadly enough, we didn't get any good Yeti, like in all vegetarian, and only 14 of them. So yeah, gotta review them all, but uh they're not good cards. So yeah, that is our number one. But they revealed this year's Christmas promo. Obviously, every year there's a Christmas promo. Now it's time for the bonus. Where is it? Where's the bonus? We got season sequels. And yeah, this is an Eds and Triple Blue instant. Pitch the tiles of up to Eds holiday themed sequels to target spell. Copy that spell for each title pitched, except the copy has that name. And you may choose new targets for the copy. So basically, uh, so you just uh, with the spells, spell, you just, but simply adding numbers isn't festive enough. So you just, well, take a card. So for example, hardened scales would be like a die hardened scales as a reference to die hard. Land or elf, well, land or elves, but it's just elf like the movie. Now, uh, uh, and then if we take like what darkest night, then we can take darkest violet night, for example. That's just a few examples, but still really cool. And that's our holiday promo. Anyways, congratulations. You've reached the end of the podcast. So why don't you like and subscribe, follow my Twitch channel, share friends, stay tuned for video streams and podcasts. Next two podcasts will not be live because I will still be in Japan in those days. Because, well, it's Christmas. I gotta have my holidays, you know? I mean, this is the first of 3 recorded podcasts for the holiday season. So, yeah, let me know in the comments, who are you celebrating Christmas with? What were your plans? Did you enjoy it? And just, and which podcast should I do next? Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye.